Did someone say beers all around? Did someone say beers all around? I heard beer. Ah, I don't see a beer. Lies. Hi guys, it's Kathy without a beer, apparently, or a donut. Donald, apparently, I'm beer donutless. And freaking cat won't leave me alone tonight. So, I got our yelling judge today, but he didn't really scream. He likes to scream. And it's just rude that he didn't. I mean, he's still the same guy. He just didn't put his heart into it today. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll get to him second. I do not remember. I think Colorado was the first one. I think. So we're going to go to Colorado. Then we're going to go to Ohio. Then we're going to go to Judge Fleischer, who, by the way, was in our chat yesterday. Yep. Judge Fleischer came into our chat. We were talking about poop, and then I lied to him, and then he left. That's pretty much what happened yesterday. Michael, Mr. Victoria, passed his test yesterday. Big shout out to Michael, who passed his test yesterday. All right. I think that's, oh, all right, guys. One more housekeeping item. So, three people are on vacation at work. So, I work Tuesday night, then I work a double Wednesday, a double Thursday, a double Friday, a double Saturday, and I work Sunday. So, this week, it is entirely possible that this week coming up, streams might only be Judge Fleischer. They might, because that's a lot, guys. It's a lot. So I'm gonna still gonna stream. I'm still gonna stream every day. I just want you to take your expectations and drop them down as low. Who was it? Who was it? As oh gosh, was it Hope or Lori? Somebody help me. Remember in chat they were like, my ex was in jail, and I said, shoot higher, girl. It was Hope or Lori, and I can't remember. Put your expectations that low. It was, oh, nope, it wasn't Hope. Look, she has no idea. Pretend you're Lori looking for a new man and drop that bar as far low as it can go for for the streams next week. We're just really we're gonna let chat and Judge Fleisch. Oh, Casey Carey. Drop him that low. Be like Casey. Be like Casey. Hope that's me today. Did he say hi to me? Oh my God, of course I'll date him. Oh, he needs money. Okay, I'll give him money. Yeah, Lena, it's you guys in chat are gonna take over. And I'm just gonna like press play on something. Oh my gosh, they'll give a wrench to anyone around here. All right. No, no one can hold my beer ever. It's gone. I mean, you can hold my beer glass. You can hold my glass. I did see a guy came into my bar the other day and finished it in 3 gulps, 16 ounces. Gulp, gulp, gulp. It was gulp, gulp, gulp. And then I fell in love. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I I want to do that. I just put like, I don't know, cartoon in the background. That's not that'll be fine. That'll be fine. All right. What are we doing? We are going to, ooh, Ohio first, I think. Not Ohio, the other word. I'll tell you when I press play where we're going.
Mr. Kuja.
Your Honor, the court's clearly very familiar with this case, given the way this played out.
I don't remember where Judge Elmore's from. I mean, we see him all the time, and I don't remember what state. Cindy Lou says Colorado.
And how we got the fiction. I would just know, despite my client's extensive criminal history, it is fairly old. And since his release from prison, he successfully completed parole and was out for nearly 10 years, a little bit over 9 years, without any sort of criminal contact. He stands before you convicted of the one count of attempted possession of body armor by a felon. He understands he is not to possess any body armors or firearms. And I think the court might recall from the trial that he was adamant with the police that, hey, I can't have any guns here. I can't have any guns here, and didn't want other people bringing guns to the home where he was living. There was body armor. Unfortunately, ignorance of the law is not a defense. It wasn't his body armor. You can tell from the photo of it, it's a size small. And just by looking at it, you can tell that it's not something that he's going to fit into. But nonetheless, it wasn't his home. Just because it's not his doesn't mean he wasn't in possession of it. And so he is guilty of that. I'm not arguing he's not guilty. But just in terms of mitigating circumstances, Your Honor, he just was not aware that that was an item that he was prohibited from possessing. He knows that now. And just like he was abiding by not possessing firearms, he will now abide by this as well, knowing that felons cannot possess body armor either. So I'd ask for a term of probation. And he served 200 days in jail.
Thank you. Mr. Denham.
Thank you. The PSI does correctly note that Mr. Free has served 200 days jail. The focus, according to the PSI report, should be on anger management as well as cognitive behavioral therapy. We do support that. We do believe that there should be a period of probation. We would have also asked that there be the no contact provision continue. There may have been personal protection order filed, but we would ask that the no contact order continue with respect to Thomas Free and George Free. I know the court is well aware and familiar with the facts of this case, the circumstances surrounding the
Michigan, of course,
brawl, the fight that got out of hand, and then the circumstances that led to that and the outcome of that. So we would ask that the no contact provision continue during the period of probation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
All right, Mr. Pree, you have the right to make a statement before the court issues a sentence. Is there anything you wish to say today, sir?
Yes. I just reiterated what I stated at the first time I spoke at elocution, that I'm ashamed that this has happened, and ashamed and disgusted that it was brought on by 2 other brothers, and 3 brothers were involved in this, which should have never happened. Regardless, it happened. 3 people were hurt, not 2 people. Again, I wish it never happened. I was living my life. I was out of prison for almost 10 years, started 2 businesses, was successful. All I was trying to do was live my life. I didn't want people coming into my home when I wasn't there, who had no permission, no authority to be there, for any reason whatsoever, eating my food, using my resources, taking advantage of my good nature. It just came to a boiling point where I said enough was enough. But the one individual decided, well, enough wasn't enough. I'm gonna
Jackie,
take this
thank
from
you.
you. What happened
Thank you.
happened. I was on parole with Miss Odell for 2 years, hadn't had so much as a traffic ticket. I haven't had so much as a traffic ticket in over 10 years now. Mr. Denhoughton seems to think I need anger management or some kind of psychological services. I do not. Emphatically, I do not. I know what is right and I know what is wrong. I don't need any kind of psychological services, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I apologize to the people and the officials and all law enforcement and everybody who was involved in this case. I apologize to them all.
Thank you, sir.
Other than that, I have nothing. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Pre, are you currently employed? Are you retired? Tell me about that status.
I'm disabled, permanently disabled.
So in other words, one of the terms or conditions for any period of probation recommended is maintaining legitimate employment.
Yes.
It doesn't, I don't want to put that on there. And I know that,
Well,
hold on a second. It does say alternative programming, but all right. All right, thank you. Anything else, sir?
well, yeah, as far as employment, Your Honor, I built a trucking company and I built a repair shop on the property. I work on the farmers, Dutchman's heavy equipment, a lot of the other farmers in the area. That was my livelihood. I had the ability to work on jobs that I decided I wanted to do. I could turn jobs down. I could take the jobs that favored me, the jobs that I liked. And I liked my life. That was my income, was my shop, my repair business. That has been taken from me by these people.
All right, so hold on. The reason for asking is that, again, one of the terms recommended for probation is that you maintain legitimate employment. I'm not going to make that a recommendation.
Go checking.
That's why I'm asking. So in other words, if you're basically retired, living on disability or Social Security, that's why I'm asking.
Yes.
And I don't, hold on. You're 65.
Yeah.
I got it. Yes, Miss Odell?
I would note, Your Honor, that disability or retirement counts for our purposes as employment.
That's why
Just having some income.
I'm just talking about it to make sure that we're all clear about it. That's all.
I do receive retirement from Social Security.
All right, thank you, sir. Anything else?
No.
You may be seated.
I hope you heard how he does not have an anger issue. His things were taken from him. He got out of prison and he changed his life. And now he's back in front of a judge. And they were taken from him. And how dare the prosecutor say he has anger issues and needs classes?
The court must state on the record the reasons for its sentence and to establish the reason, its reasoning, its proportionality, and the reasonableness for the sentence. As we all know, and it's quite clear from the record of this case, there was a decision by the prosecutor and the defense to enter into this pretrial agreement. That is a decision made between the two parties. And the court does not have the authority as a neutral hearing officer to provide any opinion or rejection of the plea if the parties make an agreement and the defendant admits to facts that fit the elements of the offense to which he's pleading guilty. So it is unnecessary and irrelevant for me to talk too much about the facts of the case. Was it right? Was it the wrong decision to enter this plea trial agreement? The court does not have a position on that last part. I also note that there are continuing matters between the parties that include a lawsuit, if I recall correctly, as I know it's before me, but I think it just largely, it's basically seeking a partition of the parcel of property at issue and maybe a couple other claims. I think there may have been a conversion claim. I don't need anybody to argue it, but I recall it. But I'm just trying to suggest that there are other continuing matters. The defendant has a significant prior criminal history. He has not done anything to not accept that. He has talked about it. We all know about it. He's had prior convictions that have landed him in prison. He's had some issues, I think, maybe on bond and on probation, maybe at one time.
And anger.
But he did do his parole, did serve his time, and the court acknowledges that. But some of those violations, whether or not they're on bond or on probation, do allow the court to establish some kind of reasonable grounds for any period of confinement. I feel I know this case inside and out. I've watched the trial. I've seen and observed the motions and the hearings. I've watched the videos several times because we saw them in court, not only at the trial, but I think also in other hearings.
So at this point, I got really excited, guys. And I was so happy because Judge Elmore streams his cases and then he keeps them on YouTube. So I stopped it right here and I ran to his YouTube page and he deleted everything up until like 3 days before I got this clip. And I was so sad. It's like someone gave me a beer and then took it away. That's how sad I was.
There are a couple things that I know I'm probably talking to I'm talking to myself, but I'm going to say it. It is too bad your mom deeded you all on this parcel of property. She had to have known that you guys don't get along. My gosh. Nothing brings out the worst in people, as I often say, like divorce, neighbors, because neighbors always seem to hate each other, and death. When somebody dies, they fight over whatever was given or what was left or whatever the will said. I know Mr. Pre, the defendant, feels he knows, as he said, what is right and what is wrong. I disagree because he is only one owner of that property. And I have said this several times. The others had every right to be on that property. Now, did they have right to steal this food out of the freezer? If that ever happened, no, they wouldn't have that right. Would any of them have the right to take or remove personal property of the defendants? No, they would not have had that right. Did they have the right to enter the property, enter the buildings and structures? Yes. Like it or not, based upon all the evidence thus far presented in this case, they did. And the anger demonstrated by everyone in this case is embarrassing. I will say, however, though, I don't remember the name, forgive me, either George or Tom, but the one that was inside the residence. I don't know what happened before. I only know his tone and demeanor from the video and the testimony. Regardless, there was a lot of hot-headedness displayed. You all had the opportunity to avoid the events of that evening. But guess what? He hasn't been convicted of any of those things. So you'll note that there's no victim impact statement today because they aren't victims of the offense for which Mr. John has been convicted. I'm only sentencing today on a case involving body armor. That's it. Everything else will be handled somewhere else. Whether or not we are dealing with a civil suit or whether or not I'm dealing with PPO questions, I'm only sentencing the defendant for body armor. That is it. It's real simple.
Security, we miss
If
you.
anybody has an issue with that, they need to take it up with the party and not with this court. This court is only sentencing the defendant.
If you are not of legal age, you may not have beer, body armor, like a bulletproof vest or something.
For possessing body armor. I can only say that so many times. Attempted, I got it. Just regardless, sir. It has to do with body armor.
I think he's
Nothing
riding
that has
in a
to do
car.
with the fight. The jury clearly must have thought, this was just a fight between brothers. But again, I'm only here for body armor. That's it. If the parties want to seek personal protection orders against each other, they can. If the parties want to file a civil suit regarding any of these issues, they can do that. If they don't like the resolution of the case, don't talk to the court. The court did not negotiate the deal. I only have a charge of body armor. And I don't even have an opinion about whether or not the deal was appropriate. But obviously I can see people here shaking their heads, leaving the courtroom, getting upset. I do, while I care personally about everybody's feelings, that is not before this court. Once again, this case is only about body armor. Do I think Mr.
Casey
as
coming
well as
in for
many
the
people in this
win.
case,
That's what it is.
should take some anger management? Should not ever talk to one another, ever? Yes. But when I give a sentence, I'm supposed to tailor it according to the law, both statutory and a case law, to the particular case and the facts in the report. Therefore, the court sentences the defendant as follows.
Or odor. I can't
The court
understand.
sentences the defendant to pay a $68 state minimum fee, a $130 crime victims' right fund fee, a $300 court cost, a $1,000 fine, wait, Mr. Kuja, you were retained, so disregard any attorney fee. The court sentences the defendant to a period of jail for 200 days. The court awards the defendant 200 days of credit. If you're all tracking, that still leaves the question in your head of whether or not the court needs to place the defendant on a period of probation. One moment here, as I explain my reasoning.
Give him anger management classes, please, Judge, just for comic relief, please. Do it angrily. Dip
There's
him in
no
chocolate, Kelly.
information that I see in the pre-sentence investigation report that suggests an issue with substance use disorder or what's often referred to as addiction. The court doesn't see any information even about alcoholism or that alcohol was involved or that drugs were involved or anything. Could the defendant benefit from some anger management? Sure, he could. How is that related to the offense for possession or attempted of body armor? It's not. Again, if the parties wish to seek their own personal protection orders, they can do so. The court therefore does not place the defendant upon any period of probation. The defendant has showed his ability to comply with parole as he was discharged. That is the sentence of the court. Again, if other parties do not like the result, there are other matters you can take in your own control, such as lawful, of course. I know here in a few minutes, I'm going to be dealing with some personal protection orders. So anyways, that's the sentence of the court. One moment as I get the advice of rights. Ashton, could you please take this over to Mr. Pree? Mr. Pree, the deputy clerk here is providing you 2 copies of one document. You will place your initials on the first copy. This document tells you that you have the right to appeal the conviction and sentence in your case. That is typically done by filing a claim of right to appeal. However, based upon what ended up being the final plea in this case, any appeal must be done by filing an application for leave to appeal. If you choose to file an application for leave to appeal and you want the court to appoint an attorney to assist you, you complete the bottom half of the document and return to the court within 42 days. If you choose not to appeal, you may simply dispose of your copy of the document. Make sure you give him a copy. The placing your initials on page 1 neither elects nor waives any rights. It was only done to acknowledge receipt of the copy that I see you now have before you. Madam Clerk has that. I'm returning to her the copy or my copy of the pre-sentence investigation report, which because she's new at doing this, later on you'll give it over to Ms.
Plus
Odell.
the pain. You got
All
to
right.
shower because you're
Anything
in
else
pain.
today, Mr. Denhouse?
There.
Thank you. Anything else today, Mr. Kuja?
No,
You
Your Honor,
gotta
thank
turn on your
you.
microphone.
Yep, sorry about
All
that.
right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
No,
you.
nothing from me.
All right. Thank you all for your time. I know that this is difficult and I know what happened. What you guys do from here on out is up to you. Hope we all take opportunities to consider the things we've done and consider how we may improve ourselves. But I'm not involved in that part for your lives anymore. I'm only going to be
they
involved
won't.
in the next chapter, which right now I know involves the things I've already discussed.
Protection from
We are adjourned.
It's a protection from abuse.
Officer on deck. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, so Mr. Pree, you remain where you are. Thank you. I said Mr. Pree, Mr. John Pree. Thank you. One moment.
I also love drunk people. They make my day. I should show you a video. So this one guy had he had his 60th birthday party the other day, July 28th, at my bar. And his birthday party was scheduled at a time that I don't even work, Sunday mornings. But I came in special for him. And he loves whiskey. He just loves whiskey. Now he wasn't driving. He had a plethora. That means a lot of people. I'm not being condescending though. That means I'm talking down. Um, to take care of him and take him home. It was his 60th birthday. So he was a couple whiskey shots in, and then I brought him I brought him a double of iced tea because it looks very similar. This iced tea looked very similar. And that man stood there and it was a double and he just shot the whole thing. And then he was like standing there. "Bleh." I love drunks. I do, I do, I do. Yes, I do. Oh man, I got a comment though about me over serving in my bar in my on my last video, I think. In caps, I think. They were very mad at me. They were very mad at me for it was for a different reason. Oh gosh, what did we see yesterday? Um, I can't remember, but it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna remember. We were talking about something in court that um the lottery. Remember the lottery machines that Judge Fleischer had? And they got too much money. The police got too much money. So they fined him. Remember that? And I must have said in my chat that, yay, they get extra money. That's great. Oh man, I got, I got some guy yelling at me like mad, like, just like over serving in your bar, people, aren't allowed to have so much winnings. I don't know. He was very, very angry. Oh man. Yeah, I have to shower right after work because the hot water feels so good on everything that hurts. Yes. See, Donald understands me. So now that I talked about serving a guy whiskey on his 60th birthday, we'll see what kind of comments I get. And I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. No, I won't. I have off tomorrow. Okay. Now we're gonna go to Ohio. I don't know where we're going, guys. I'm just gonna play the video.
And receiving stolen property.
Court is on the record in two cases, State of Ohio versus Jeffrey Redding, case numbers 24 CRA 252 and 24 CRB 253. Mr. Redding was arrested on August 15th, 2024. Criminal charges have been filed against him today.
That's all facts.
And we are conducting a initial appearance hearing. Mr. Redding is in the Conneaut City Jail. He is appearing at this hearing by way of video. And this hearing is being recorded utilizing whereby.com. Mr. Redding, have you received copies of the complaints filed against you?
Yes.
I'm going to read you your rights, so please pay attention to the rights I'm about to read to you. You do have a right to be informed of and to understand the nature and the elements of the charges filed against you. You also have a right to know the potential penalties that could be imposed. In case number 24 CRA 252, you are charged with one count of receiving stolen property. That is a fourth-degree felony. If convicted of this offense, you face a maximum fine of $5,000.
Can you find mine now?
And anywhere between 6 months at a minimum up to a maximum 18 months in jail or prison. If you are given a prison sentence and after being convicted, you would be subject to 3 years of post-release control. Do you understand the maximum penalties you face on that charge?
Yes.
The other charge in 24 CRB 253 is one count of failure to disclose personal information. That is a fourth-degree misdemeanor. If convicted of that offense, you face a maximum 30 days in jail and a maximum fine of $250 in costs. Do you understand the maximum penalties on that charge?
Yes.
You have a right to remain silent and not to say anything during this hearing that might incriminate yourself. Any statement you make could be used against you. You also have a right to a trial to the court. Because you are charged with offenses that carry a possible jail sentence, you do have a right to a jury trial, provided that you timely file with the court a written demand for a jury trial. At trial, you have the right to confront and ask questions of any witnesses who would testify against you. You also have a right to use the court process to secure the attendance of any witness who you would want to testify on your behalf. At trial, you have the right to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and a right
Hot
not to
judge
testify.
filter.
You also have a right to have an attorney represent you. And because you are charged with offenses that carry a possible jail sentence, you do have a right to court-appointed counsel and to have a lawyer assigned to represent you only if you cannot afford one. If you do qualify for court-appointed counsel, there is a $25 application fee and a $100 cost reimbursement assessment that apply. You also have a right to a continuance of this initial appearance hearing in order to retain the services of your own attorney or to consult with your own lawyer. If you are convicted of either or both of these charges or any related offense, you have a right to appeal the conviction or sentence. That must be done within 30 days of the conviction, and you would be entitled to a court-appointed attorney in the Court of Appeals if you receive a jail sentence and cannot afford a lawyer. Now, if you plead not guilty today to these charges or enter no plea, this court will set this case for further proceedings after today, and I will set a bond. A bond is set by the court to ensure your appearance at all future proceedings, as well as to protect public safety. And today you have the right to a reasonable bond. If you are not a citizen of the United States, you're hereby advised that conviction of the offense to which you could be pleading guilty or no contest may have the consequences of deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or denial of naturalization pursuant to the laws of the United States. Now, Mr. Redding, you are appearing before Conneaut Municipal Court. This court is located right above your head, 2 floors above you in the same building. This court is what we call a misdemeanor court. We have 2 levels of crimes in Ohio: felonies, which are more serious, and misdemeanors, which are less serious.
Oh, he knows,
This court
Judge.
can only dispose of misdemeanor offenses. Felony crimes and offenses are handled and disposed of by the Ashtabula County Common Pleas Court, which is located in the county seat
God bless you.
in Jefferson, Ohio. Even though this court cannot dispose of felony offenses, felony charges can be filed here. And when they are filed here, as in your case, that affords the defendant one additional right, and that's a right to a preliminary hearing. At a preliminary hearing, the prosecutor is required to present evidence to establish by probable cause that you committed the felony offense. If this court, after that hearing, finds that you probably committed the felony offense, then I would bind the case over or transfer the case to the Ashtabula County Common Pleas Court for further proceedings. So please be advised, you do have a right to a preliminary hearing. So with respect to the felony charge, you cannot plead guilty. You cannot plead no contest to that charge in this court, since this court cannot dispose of the offense, felony offense. So in the felony charge, your only 2 plea options are not guilty, which is a denial by you to the offense charge, or you can enter no plea. No pleas are usually reserved for those who do not understand the criminal justice process or
I'm in
lack
the window.
sufficient mental capacity to understand most of what I'm saying.
Yes.
Now, on the misdemeanor charge, you have 3 plea options. You can either plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. If you plead guilty, that is a complete admission by you to the offense charge. If you plead guilty, I will find you guilty, and then I will impose sentence. The second option is a plea of not guilty. That is a denial by you to the offense charge. And if you plead not guilty or in the felony charges, enter not guilty or no pleas, I will set your case or cases for further proceedings after today, and I will set a bond. The third option on the misdemeanor charge is no contest. If you plead no contest, that is not an admission of your guilt. but it is an admission by you of the truth of the facts alleged in the complaint filed against you. If you enter a plea of no contest, this court will find you guilty, and I will impose sentence without any evidence being presented against you. However, the plea of no contest cannot be used against you in any later civil or criminal proceedings. Okay, Mr. Redding, do you have any questions regarding the rights or plea options I've just explained to you?
Yeah, as far as the misdemeanor is concerned, if I plead no contest, that means I'm gonna get sentenced on this misdemeanor today? That's what you're saying, sir?
I could sentence you today. I could defer sentencing to a later date. It just depends.
Oh, so, and if I say to you, okay, not guilty, then what? That goes along with the criminal case, you're saying?
If you plead not guilty to the misdemeanor charge, I'll set the case for further proceedings after today. And I'll probably set it with the felony case.
Okay, so, all right.
Okay, we're gonna start with any other questions? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kind of confused on the misdemeanor.
Okay.
I'm kind of confused on the misdemeanor. I don't really understand what you mean by, you can, pass sentence if I plead no contest.
If you plead no contest, Mr. Redding, if you plead no contest, I will find you guilty and then I will impose sentence. I may impose sentence today. I may delay sentencing and schedule it with the other case, the felony charge. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do if you pled no contest, nor do I have an obligation to tell you what I'm going to do. Right now, this is a plea process, and I've explained to you your plea options. And so it's up to you to indicate to the court how you wish to plead. So I'm going to start with the felony charge of receiving stolen property, a 4th-degree felony. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
Okay. And with respect to the misdemeanor charge of failure to disclose personal
He's not.
information,
You'll find out why.
Misdemeanor, how do you plead?
I'm so confused on that.
Okay, I'm gonna enter no plea on your behalf. You're not understanding things, so I'm just gonna enter no plea. Okay, Mr. Redding, are you asking the court to consider appointing an attorney to represent you?
Yes.
Do you have any source of income?
As of right now, I deliver Uber through Uber.
Okay. Yeah. Where do you live?
I live in Washington, D.C., but I was thinking about moving down here because I was going to start a new job down here.
Okay, so as we sit here today, what is your residence address as of today?
As of today, 2002. I can't remember the other address. I had it on my phone.
Where were you intending on moving? In this community?
Ashtabula, actually. That's where the job is located at.
Okay, so as of prior to your arrest, or at the time of your arrest, you were working as an Uber driver?
Yes.
How much did you actually make on average every week?
Every week, probably like 200, probably 200 to 300.
Do you have any other source of income?
No, that's it.
Okay. Based on the verbal indications of Mr. Redding, I will preliminarily grant his request and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. You will have to complete a financial disclosure form, and we will review that form. to determine whether you fully qualify or not, but that'll be provided to you here shortly. Okay, now I'm going to address the issue of bond. The law director or the prosecutor has submitted a written bond recommendation asking that bond be set in the amount of $100,000, cash surety 10%. The allegations contained in the bond recommendation form are that on August 15th, 2024, the defendant was found to be in possession of a stolen vehicle, a black 2024 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Be quiet while I'm speaking, sir, please. In possession of a stolen vehicle, a black 2024 Jeep Grand Wagoneer with a VIN number, vehicle having been stolen from National Car Rental in Baltimore, Maryland. Defendant and vehicle located at 530 Clark Street. Defendant refused to identify himself. The prosecutor also placed in the bond recommendation form that the defendant presents a flight risk because he has a massive criminal history, wanted in Maryland, address unknown. The court has received a copy of Mr. Redding's substantial criminal history from states of New York, Maryland, Florida, the feds through the FBI. Mr. Redding represents a significant flight risk. Bond will be.
That's why the judge is so annoyed. This guy's saying he doesn't know the difference between a felony and a misdemeanor. This guy's saying, what happens if I plead guilty? Dude, you've done it 100 times before. Federal, state, local, misdemeanors, felonies, the S's, whatever they are. You know, when you get like a parking ticket, it's an S. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the S stands for. Maybe someone in here does.
Be set on the felony case. I will set this case for a preliminary hearing. Bond will be set on the felony case in the amount of $100,000 cash surety. And on the misdemeanor case, bond, I'll set this case for a pretrial conference on the same date and time. Bond will be set in this case in the amount of $5,000 cash surety. And these cases will be set here very soon, probably early next week. Any questions, Mr. Redding?
Excuse me, $100,000, so, I mean, I have to pay $100,000 on this case, sir?
Cash or surety, yes, sir. $105,000. Okay.
And that's based on my history, or that's based on?
Based on the allegations that I just read to you from the prosecutor, and based on your significant criminal history. One of the longest criminal histories I've seen as a former elected prosecutor and now judge. Yeah, this is a very lengthy history. Really, Mr. Redding, are you asking me these questions? Are you really authentically asking me questions about why I set bond the way I did?
No, I'm asking you, I'm trying to clarify what you actually said, $100,000.
Well, you can ask the corrections officer. This matter is concluded. Thank you. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome.
He got so lucky. That man got so lucky because that judge you do not poke. He will scream, he will yell, and then he will definitely give you more jail time. I mean, he gives out jail time like other judges give out PR bonds. He screams. And listen, when that judge screams, it's very loud. I'm going to find an old clip for tomorrow if I have time to play. And I'm just going to warn you, get ready, because he's just talking, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden it explodes. I'm gonna find it. It's amazing. Okay, now it's time for Judge Fleischer. Let's go to Judge Fleischer for Monday. Mondays that we missed. We missed Monday because it was a long docket. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, I told him to come back real quick so I can talk to deal with
You
it.
take your test, Mr. Garcia? Go take your test. You want him to come back home? I mean, if you want to, I always want your wishes, you know, as long as you think it's okay to go home, I'm okay. I am going to give him a curfew because I don't want him out in the middle of the night. We also need something for him to do so that he doesn't have too much time on his hands because he tends to get self-destructive, doing things that he's not supposed to do. Where do we go from here? What do we do? How do we get him to work? How do we get him to school?
After here, I was gonna go enroll for the school because you guys mentioned you wanted him to go back to school.
Correct.
That's our plan is to go after we get out of here.
Okay.
And then he has an interview on Wednesday for another job that he has to see if he gets hired for at McDonald's.
Correct. Doesn't matter where. Anything is good at this point. It doesn't matter, you know? The idea is that he's working and doing something to occupy his time so he's not by himself, because when he gets by himself, he's, you know? But that means you work too, right? So you're gone too. When the cat's away, the mice will play. That's my fear. What's your schedule? What is your work schedule?
I only work on 6 to 2.
From 6 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Okay.
And it's only Monday to Friday.
Sorry?
Monday to Friday. Please, hell yeah.
So dad is there too at the house?
Right now he is going back to the house.
Is he working?
Right
as
now
well,
he
or no?
is.
He does side jobs.
I can't remember his name or the state he's
Is
in.
that something that he can give him a job?
Maybe I'll remember.
Can you go work with
Once
him?
in a while, he does leave with his dad to do side jobs, but it's not all the time thing.
Is it because Miguel doesn't want to do it, or is it?
Because he doesn't have a lot of, he gets side jobs, but he doesn't always need a helper.
I just don't want him to have too much time, and it scares me when you go to work what he's going to do. That's my fear. What's he going to do when you go to work, and then when dad goes on a site as well, and he's all by himself? What's he going to do? That's what scares me, and that's why I'm trying to figure out how do we keep him occupied so he doesn't end up destroying himself even worse, or end up back. If he tests positive for cocaine again or anything else, I'm going to put him in jail. You know, I don't know what else to do. I've tried everything. My fear is that when you guys go, he's going to run to the same.
You're gonna do a purpose, you're gonna put him on an ankle monitor?
Yeah. The ankle monitor will also tell us where he's going at all times. So, yeah. So I guess what we could do, unless he has a job, he's got to be at home. He will have home confinement, so to speak.
So literally like home arrest or something?
Correct. Unless he's working. And at that point, or at school, right? So I will do what you want, so to speak, in the sense where the only time he can go is if he's got school or if he's got work. Other than that, he's got to be home. And with the GPS monitor, we know where he is at all times, down to the minute. Can do that? Okay. Hopefully he's clean now because he's been out for 6 days. Hopefully he didn't go run to. We'll see. I don't know. And then when he gets back, I'll explain to him the situation. We'll go from there. And then just please keep an eye. I mean, as much as you can. I know you can't control him, but it's hell hath no fury is a scorned woman and a 18-year-old that's.
The school that he's gonna go to is. And I believe they have morning school, so he'll be in school in the mornings. And I believe he gets out around 12 or 1.
Okay.
So that's sometimes I feel.
How does he get home? How's he get home? How's he gonna get home?
I'm gonna be able to give him the right.
Okay,
I'm gonna figure out with my job and see how I can bring him.
I'm willing to do whatever. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm great with that. Let's do that. Yes, of course. I'll pay for everything so you don't have to pay for anything as well. Okay? And then just keep me in the loop. Hopefully he doesn't go back to using. Yeah. And then, perhaps we should do like NA classes. Like Narcotics Anonymous. you have a computer at home? The idea is that he gets to see other people and how dope has ruined their life. He would essentially 1 hour, 3 times a week, go online and meet with different Narcotics Anonymous groups. And it's like a big circle of people and they talk about, you know, their feelings, how drugs have affected them, why it's such a bad idea to use, and how everybody can kind of help themselves and lean on themselves for help. And hopefully it'll get through to him how, you know, you may be having fun now, but it's not going to be like that forever. Okay.
And just so the court knows, the state has offered a deferred adjudication on the assault, so they would drop the family member part.
That's great.
It's something we're considering. I'm not ready to do it today. I kind of see where we're at, and I need to talk to him a little more. But it's up to him. So they've offered both, I think, time served and.
Yes, yeah.
And
I'm not going to take a plea of guilty on this. I don't want him to end up with a conviction on his record.
okay, well, deferred it is, so he's going to have to. Let's let him get these ducks in a row, and then get in school, and then we can kind of build around the schedule.
Step at a time. So Rachel, when he gets back, we'll hammer out the details. Okay. Okay.
And assuming he's clean, Judge, reset, are you okay with like the first week of September or something? Or do you want me to do it?
You know, I want to drug test him a lot,
Yes.
but it's going to be on you, right? Because you're the one that's going to have to end up taking him here.
Am I gonna have to bring him here maybe like once a week or something? Because I can work it out like once or twice a week.
I want to be able to do it where you can, where it's not going to affect your job. So will you, at least 1 time a week, I'd like him to come here to take a drug test.
What day of the week is also for the court setting the best for you? For me?
Mondays would be great.
Okay,
Okay, we'll do that.
that's a holiday, that Monday, or
So we can do,
the week before? Okay, so 2 weeks, to whatever that Monday falls on, 2 weeks from today. 26th, okay, yeah.
I'm please, if you test positive again, all bets off. I need to. Okay. Let's wait for him to come back.
Tentatively do a 2-week reset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll put it on Monday.
Gentlemen, step up for me. This is Mr. Lopez and Mr. Tingle, Your Honor, both are out of counties.
Oh, these are the out of county. Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. What's your name?
Brian Lopez, Your Honor.
Oh, it doesn't even show up here. All right, Mr. Lopez, you were charged, or you were wanted out of,
You are wanted.
Ramona, do you have the paperwork on both out of counties? Do you have it with you there?
You mean the.
The sheet?
And
Yeah.
they're wanted.
No, I don't have it.
Don't worry about it.
Print it out.
Do you know where you're wanted from?
Yes, sir.
Where are you wanted from?
One in San Benito, Texas, sir.
Okay, that's right, San Benito. You have to go back to San Benito. They have not picked you up. So the statute says after 10 days, I have to release you on a PR bond. That felony warrant will always be out there for the rest of your life until you go take care of it. Anytime you come in contact with any kind of police agency, they're going to arrest you, put you in jail, and you're going to sit there for at least almost 2 weeks waiting to see if San Benitez comes and gets you. Obviously, they have it here, so that's why I'm releasing you now per the statute. But that doesn't take care of the warrant. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The quicker you get this done, the better it is for you. At some point, if you abscond for too long, the DAs are really going to throw the book at you, meaning if you take off for too long. If you go turn yourself in, it will work wonders to your benefit. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Same thing with you, sir. Give me your last name again.
Tingle, Tingle. Mine is Jefferson County.
And you were wanted, I think it was for a failure to identify oneself, right?
That's right.
Same thing with you. You
Tingle
guys,
is
they haven't
wanted.
made travel arrangements to come get you. That's why I'm releasing you today, because per the statute, I have to. But that warrant will always be out there. Yours is just a misdemeanor. So if you go turn yourself in, good things will happen for you. Otherwise, that warrant is going to always be out there. Anytime you get picked up, you're going to sit in jail for at least 10 days waiting to see if they're going to pick you up. Do you understand? Do you have any questions? All right. So we haven't, per the sheriff's office, we haven't gotten any travel arrangements.
Judge, I've not received anything back from them.
Is it possible that they, because Victoria always gets it, is it possible that they emailed Victoria and that we just didn't see it?
Do what?
You know how they always email Victoria all the stuff? They don't know that she's gone.
I'll send them an email asking for an update.
We all knew
Okay.
she was
If they
gone.
haven't given us an update, I'm going to release you guys today. Okay? Meaning I want to know if San Benitez is going to come get you and if your county's going to come get you. All right? I'll let you know either way. Okay.
I had a question, Your Honor.
Shoot.
I know this is off topic, but I've seen your videos on YouTube. It's a
Come on this way,
pleasure.
gentlemen.
It's a pleasure to meet you,
Come on this
sir.
way.
Sure. Take care.
Aw.
Go back to San Benitez.
I'll do it, sir.
Oh, that's so cool.
Hey,
Do you want to do the papers first?
no,
Okay.
it's okay, because I don't know when they're done.
I'm back on Mr. Anderson.
The case is 150 days. Where are we going with it anyway?
So he picked up 3 cases, the DWI, the possession of a dangerous drug and use of drugs. We have everything on the DWI. I'm just waiting for a lab report on the dangerous drug.
You've been waiting for a lab report. If I don't remember, the
Yes.
last time we were here, we were waiting for the same darn thing.
And I believe we were here like last week, or not last week, because I wasn't here, but like, it was very recently, and he was set for sometime.
Didn't I say that we were going to subpoena the people here if they didn't have it by this time?
Well, he was set for like sometime in September, and then he got pulled up because of the PDR. His court date got moved up.
He did say he was going to subpoena them here. I remember that.
Do you still not have the lab
We don't
report?
have a lab report, Your Honor.
Hmm?
We don't have a lab report for that, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you know who to reach out to for that report?
In,
Hi, criminals.
Pennsylvania.
Hi. Oh, Pennsylvania.
It's one of
In
the
the
other
house.
county extradited ones.
Okay, I need you to let them know that it's now 150 days. If they don't have the report within the next like week or two here, then I'm gonna ixnay the case.
Never heard of
You
him.
know, it's unreasonable to have to wait 6 months to get a darn lab report. And I'm gonna go forward without it, and that's it. In the interim, I'm now gonna modify his conditions to put an ankle monitor on him, so I know that he's not using. I will pay for it, okay? And then I'll bring him out and admonish him now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So,
I'm shocked, CJ.
Stephen, do you mind bringing out Mr. Anderson, please? Anderson? The white dude with the beard.
Blood talk.
I think the blood was just blood talks back.
Yes, and I have the,
clarify that second.
okay,
I'll call it.
okay.
Let me just get this plea done real quick. All right. You ready? What was the last name?
Caples, Caples.
Are we doing a plea?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cables, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. It is 3 days in jail. Credit for the 7 days that you've done. Understand the charge will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Are you on probation or parole right now? Okay. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement today. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days
They're
in
like
jail,
twins.
give you credit for the 7. All we want you to do is show up. When you show up, good things happen. He told me that you were in this kind of residential living, sober house living. If you give us proof, I would let you live there. You can't just take off and us not know what you're doing. You, in the land of Oz, it don't work like that. Next time, all you have to do is show up. And if you're in that kind of environment, just let us know. We will bend over backwards to help you. Good luck, sir.
That's horrible. Update, and then it'll work.
Come up, Mr. Anderson. I'm now going to modify your conditions to put an ankle monitor on you so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. If you consume alcohol, if this battery goes dead, so will you. I will pay for it so that there's absolutely no excuse for you. You must charge this thing on a daily basis. Do you understand? You will not get another pass from me. Not only that, your case is old. It's 150 days. We are going to set this case for 1 more month. At that time, it's time to make a decision on where to go with this case. I'm not going to wait for this darn lab report. If they can't get this lab report here, then we will go forward without it. But I'm not waiting any longer.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Okay. All right. Thanks. Yes, ma'am. Rachel, 3 days to get it. Yeah. Okay. Same.
Mr. Rochelle. Do you want him to approach, Your Honor?
Do we have the report back? What is it?
Father for TC.
Mr. Rochelle, come up. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I'm working at Amazon doing maintenance.
Have you been able to verify that?
I've not, but he's told me about it since he had just started whenever I first met him a few weeks ago, and I've talked to him about it since.
I can show you. I can on my phone.
Show Sam. He's my eyes and ears. I trust him.
I can show you.
Not now. The only other thing I'm going to advise you is that I will test you 31 days from today. You test positive for dope 1 more time, you will go to jail. I don't know who you have in this world that's out there looking for you. If you don't have anyone that's able to pony up a $5,000 to $10,000 bond, guess what happens? You will be stuck like Chuck until this thing is over with. And I'm going to tell you, everything will go sideways because you're going to lose your job and you have no one to blame but one person. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The only thing I'm asking are 2 things: that you work and stay clean. That's it. If we set this case 31 days from today, you will be tested. If you stop as of now, then you will be fine. Do you understand? You will not get another pass. If they call you and you fail to go, you will almost be guaranteed a warrant. You understand? Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Come here. Up front and center. You don't know how to read?
Oh, he means business.
You tell me you don't know how to read and write? Then we're now making that a condition of your bond. You start taking classes to learn how to read and write. How old are you? It's time. I'm setting your case off a week. I want you to fill that out for me. And in a week, I want you back here to show me what you've done to start enrolling into adult classes to learn how to read and write. And if you've done nothing, it's not going to go well between you and I. Do you understand? If you have any issues, I will have you speak to a lawyer, and we have resources here. But it is now a condition of your bond that you learn how to read and write. And I'm going to have you read to me so I know that you're doing it. Do you understand? Okay.
I'll read to you, Judge.
The
All you
last
gotta
name
do
was
is
Perez,
ask.
right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Do you mind filing that, please?
Sure.
Take it home.
Maybe right on the left.
Right now, you're right there. Unless you're finished with them, Your Honor.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
I'm gonna appoint him a lawyer today,
Oh, you are?
but I want you to bring that back filled. And at the same time, I want you to show me what you have done to enroll into night or any kind of classes to learn how to read and write.
Don't worry, I don't have to read to you.
So,
I already have a recording of me reading. I'll just get that. Twice.
take a seat for me in the jury box.
Yes.
And I'll let them know that.
Yeah.
Mr. Chancellor, make your way this way for me. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead and move over just a little bit more. So we should consider. Right there.
How dare you call that crazy? That was a court document.
Okay. Hi.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Yep. What are you doing with Mr. Stan?
Pleading him to time served, Judge.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Cook. Thank you for coming.
I came in
Took
and
me months.
didn't see Mr. Stance in the box and
Yeah, he's been here the whole time.
he's seen me come in twice.
It's okay.
I'm
It's
sorry, I'm
look,
moving too fast.
we're happy that you came. We know how busy you're killing it out there. You know, Mr. Stance,
Yes, sir.
as well as she's killing it out there, we just don't want you to kill anyone out there as well.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
but we lead the nation per capita in DWI fatalities. The entire nation, we lead the nation in DWI fatalities. It's disgusting and it's sick when it's so easy to just stay home or take a damn Uber.
Yes, sir.
You're charged of driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 6 days that you've done. This charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you pick up another DWI, do you know what happens? A minimum of 30 days in jail. What we will be doing here will not happen again. Do you have any prior DWIs?
No, Judge.
Stay home
Yes,
if
sir.
you're going to drink.
Yes, sir.
I promise you a substantial amount of time if you pick up another DWI. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law, you give up the right to appeal. This DWI will go on your record. It will be there forever. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
If you get into a car and drive, an officer, when they pull you over, they will see this. Even the faintest smell of alcohol, they will arrest you and charge you with a second. So I would never get in a car, even if you've had a sip of beer or alcohol.
Fibers for the win.
How do you plead to the offense, Mr. Stantz?
Pretty guilty.
I will find you guilty. I'm going to suspend your license for a year. Do not drive for any reason. Otherwise, you will be back here. You know how to use Uber?
Easily learn, sir. I will learn.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, sir, I do.
What kind of phone do you have?
Discord.
I have
Hold on.
The T-Mobile.
It
Fozzie's
is
gonna
very
beat me.
easy to learn how to use it. Don't kill anyone, please.
Fozzie's gonna. Don't
Okay.
hit Fozzie.
All right. Mr. Sands, I wish you the best of luck. All right, just stay home.
Thank you.
Fozzie won, guys. Fozzie won. I lost. Then he called me a loser after he won.
Thank you
He
for
doesn't have
everything, Ms.
anger
Cochran.
issues.
I won't raise his.
Are you gonna run into?
I mean, he's not.
He knows how to
working,
use his.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. Fleming.
Mr. Mack, Giorgio Mack in the audience. I wanted to talk about his bond conditions for a moment. He is currently scheduled to do random drug testing as selected. He hasn't been selected yet, but Mr. Mack does work offshore and it could be out of pocket when that selection does come. So we just wanted to see if
So
we
he
could address
needs to
that.
give them the schedule that he's out, so that pretrial, so the pretrial knows when he's out.
Mhm.
Also inform him if he's gone for extended period of time. When he does get back, they're immediately going to call him to take a test. And if he misses at one of those times, he will go to jail.
Understood. Your Honor.
Okay, so, but we need to know the legitimate, like, not to bring something on a bar napkin so that we know that it's legitimate. And then, yeah, they'll work with him.
All right, will do, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sure.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Did someone say
Um,
Will?
Hey, Mr. D,
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
No, Will.
why don't we set it for later this week? You want to do that? Because it's already 12:20. I don't know. No, not Friday. Any day but Friday. You want to do it?
Thursday?
Well, how about, I mean, I'm gonna get it this week.
Okay, let's go Thursday.
You want to do, let's do Thursday. That way he can be done.
Because it's too hard to roll, Fozzie. Duh.
It's on, Cope.
I think he was at the first
Can't
part.
get the,
that I
so I
played on
have
Monday.
administration reaching out to MHMRA to try to get. Hey,
Do we need to fill out some type of order to waive the super fine?
there should be in the tower. Connor.
Not yet. We're working on it.
Hey, Judge.
Hey, bud.
Judge, I just got appointed to a Briannia Brown.
No, Jasmine. No.
Briannia Brown, come up, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have a cell phone? Can you please write your cell phone on this phone number, on this? I will check you the phone number, Connor.
Thank you,
Your
Judge. I'll reach out to her right now.
Thank you so much. Ms. Brown, this is Connor. The TVs aren't working for some reason.
What's wrong with being 5'2"? Huh? Huh?
He's been appointed to represent you. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. If you pick up a new case, you're not staying in contact, I will issue a warrant. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am?
We know, Patrick.
Thank you. I will have him reach out to you here within the hour. You must speak with him so that you guys can get on the same page about the case. We will give you a reset now. His number should also be on the reset as well. Connor, did you have any questions or anything?
No, sir, I'm good. I'll give her a call right now.
Okay, I'll check you the number now.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Did you get anyone else?
5'2" is
I
not
had somebody
short.
earlier, but I already took care of it.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks, Judge.
Yep, I can get on all the rides. I'm
Your Honor,
5'2" and
if you don't have
3/4.
anyone else, I had the person that was on a bill review on page 30, Salazar.
Okay.
She had felony course, so she just got back not too long ago.
You know one place you should never, ever, ever work if you're 5'2" and 3/4? A restaurant. Because those bastards put everything as high as they can. They just do.
Bring it up. For sure.
Salazar.
Oh, wait. What's that comment? What is it? What, Fossey? I didn't hear anything.
This is Samantha Salazar? That's good.
No, scroll up. One of my mods just rage quit, guys. I can hear him screaming from here.
So, well, Ms. Salazar here is on an assault family member probation with us. And then she picks up a felony assault and then an injury to the elderly. Is that right?
It is an AFM prior injury to elderly.
I also see an aggravated assault with a firearm in a habitation. That one was dismissed.
So,
what's going on?
Judge, that was an AFM. I dismissed it to be used as felony punishment because there were.
No. It looks.
Look at the charging.
Wait.
On that case. It's straight AFM. You're talking about the newest cause number, correct?
I'm talking about 2512873.
Yes, Judge, that was an AFM. If you look at the charging instrument, it's just an AFM. I don't know why it's titled that way, but it's an AFM. It's a true AFM. So I filed a dismissal on that case to be used as punishment because we were entering a deferred upstairs, rear deferred that week. My understanding was, I'm not sure if it was taken or if it was just, yeah, I mean, I'm seeing all the motions, so I believe it was taken. We were just emailing
Fozzie's therapist. So then what happened? Fozzie, she deleted my text. Therapist, was it offensive text? Fozzie, no. And she deleted it because she's spiteful. So I rage quit and I'm gone and I'm never going back there again. Fozzie's therapist, but didn't you have fun when you were there before? No, she's mean. This is how. Carolyn, did I get the therapist part right?
felony prosecutor with regards to resolution on the deferred in our case, whether.
Oh, no. If she picked up 2 felonies and she's on probation with us, I know where I'm gonna go.
Okay. I understand.
I know where I'm gonna go if she picked up 2 felonies, especially assaultive felonies. Can you tell what happened on those cases, please?
Yes, Your Honor, for the, one of the new cases, it is the same complaining witness as our case. And I'm trying to scroll up to the jacket.
Another assault.
Yes, Your Honor, on May 31st, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault that just occurred call. Complainant 1 is defendant's grandmother.
He's gonna yell at his
Two is
kids.
defendant's mother. The grandmother and the defendant got to a verbal argument over the care of the defendant's child. The defendant was outside, and complaining witness, so the grandmother was standing in the doorway, the back door. When defendant pushed the door hard, throwing grandma to the ground, causing pain. Grandma's 80 years old. Officers observed injuries to her grandmother's arms. Defendant then left the scene and went back to her house where her mother lives. Defendant and her mother then got into a verbal argument. And defendant struck her mother with an open palm on her back and arm, causing pain. Officers observed injuries to defendant's mother's arms. Defendant admitted to a verbal argument with the grandmother and the mother that stated nothing got physical and the complainants were lying. Defendant was convicted of AFM on April 26th, 2023. I think that's the deferred.
Did we give her a PR bond? In our
Oh, no, that's.
case? On our case here, did they give her a PR
I'm
bond?
so sorry.
Or did she make a surety bond?
Is this Fleischer?
I don't know what happened to you, Char, but I'm just setting this out as general advice. Because I have a master's degree in computer security. So I'm not, this part I'm not just making up. Don't click links. Don't do it. Don't click links, especially from Fossey. Don't click links in emails or text messages unless they're from your mama.
Yes, bottom of 30. Ms. Salazar, I'm going to have a hearing in 2 weeks as to whether I should revoke your bond. You're looking at an entire year in jail. I'm ordering you not to have any contact with either the complaining witness in this case, either complaining witness in this case. I'm issuing a magistrate's order for emergency protection on both of them, or at least the one in our case. No consumption of alcohol, illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. Like I said, can you get ready and have the probation officer here ready for a hearing in 2 weeks from today? It would behoove you to have a lawyer at that hearing. Do you understand?
Your mom was infected.
So no dope, no alcohol, no contact, and you will have a GPS monitor, and you're not to go within 1,000 feet of the complaining witness, at least in our case, who is correct. Noemi Amador Alcantara. Do you understand? If you go within 1,000 feet of this, or within 1,000 feet of her, then I will revoke your bond and I'm going to quadruple it. Your bond is at 10,003 now. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I do see that on all her cases, they've all been appointed counsel.
Okay.
So all the felonies, it's been appointed public defenders, here it's been
I
not.
like that Rona
And all
girl.
she does is get appointed lawyer
on,
after
I'll
appointed
find her.
lawyer after appointed lawyer after appointed lawyer. And what happens? She keeps picking up case after case after case after case. What do you do for a living, Miss Salazar?
I start work tomorrow at Bath and Body Works.
So what I'll do is we'll appoint a lawyer today, but you'll be required to pay the county back for any expenses that are, incurred as a result. But be ready, because in 2 weeks, I will have a hearing as to whether I'm going to revoke your probation, and you're looking at an entire year in custody. Do you understand? I am not happy with you as it is.
I understand.
Take a seat for me in the jury box.
Yes, I'm seeing that. Yeah, I got
Yes, ma'am. I guess just, with all those cases, just go ahead and do a curfew. Yeah, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Yeah.
So Judge, are you going to, is she to hire her own attorney?
No, just if you could reach out to the MAC, please. Stephen, is there anyone else?
I don't believe I have anyone else just yet, but I was gonna let you know, both Mr. Miguel Garcia.
Thank you
and
so
Eduardo
much.
Garcia, and to solve the loop. All came back negative from the
Okay,
drug
great.
test.
Okay.
I like
Okay,
her.
Mom, you ready?
She's
Let's get you out of here.
so
Come on up.
funny.
Come on, get Mr. Garcia, come on up.
With scammers. She makes them so mad.
The law, who's?
I don't know if I have to post her link now that I showed this, or I'm stealing content or whatever. So I'm just going to post her link. She's so good.
Oh, it's Greg.
Pierogi is another one.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, it's Greg Soros.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, Judge.
I've got Mr. Garcia in front of me. He tested negative.
Oh, good news. Okay.
It is good news. Good job testing negative. You take it one day at a time. The next time you get the urge, don't. Because at some point, Mom is going to stop ponying up the money to get you out. I can't imagine she's going to continue to throw up $10,000 to $15,000 every time. The next time you test positive, your bond will be at around $20,000 to $25,000. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I am now ordering you under home
Even legal
confinement.
knows.
You are not allowed to go out. The only time you can go out is one of two reasons: to go to school or to go to work. And before you go out, Mom
love
needs to
you.
know and has
I
to prove
love you.
that you can go out.
Stay.
You're not allowed to go out with friends. You're not allowed to go out with your cousin Cleophas to go out anywhere. You go to work, you come home. You go to school, you come home. I'm putting a monitor on your ankle so I know where you are at all times. If you deviate one block, I'm gonna light you up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No dope, no alcohol. I also want you to do NA classes 3 times a week. That's Narcotics Anonymous. You can find it online. They have them for free. And I want you on a weekly basis to show me a piece of paper where you have done it so I can verify it.
Guys, did he test positive? I missed it because I was doing the other stuff. Did he test positive? I don't want to rewind it, but maybe one of you saw it. I doubt one of you saw it. Oh, thanks, Vince. He's clean. Okay. Mama's not going to kill him. She's just going to beat him.
You get a piece of paper, you divide it into sections. You put the date, you put the time, where it was done, meaning the website,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
the person holding the meeting, so I can verify it.
Oh, yes, sir.
3 times a week. That way, you can talk to people. The idea is you get to see how dope has impacted other people in their life to where they do so many things
We will miss
just to
the
be able to
cats.
get
We
the
will
dope
miss
that
the
they
cats.
so very
They're
need
so
to
cute.
fix. Because the craving, the coming down really sucks. And to be able to keep that high, people will do damn near anything. When you're on coke, when you're on
Klondike
meth,
bar.
when you're on all that kind of stuff, on oxy, you will do damn near anything just to get the next fix. And if it's breaking into a car like what you're charged with, or perhaps breaking into a house where you could potentially get shot, that's what people do. And I want you to learn from that. And hopefully you'll get that with these classes and you'll see how it has impacted other people. Because with your BMV, I mean, you're headed there. And it's hopefully this is enough of a wake-up call to get through to you that if you keep it up, you're going to end up dead or in freaking prison with a 25-year sentence. Because I'm telling you, I see it on a daily basis, Mr. Garcia. You understand?
Yes, sir.
The one time you deviate from me, you don't do the NA classes, or if you don't stay in line with mom and with the time that you go to work, if you don't have a job, you don't go out until you get a job. And then we want to know what the schedule is. Once your mom sets the school schedule, we will get it, and then we will set your ability to go out with that schedule.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You will not get another chance from me after this. You muck this up, I'm going to make your bond $30,000 to $50,000. And I'm not letting you plead guilty just to get out. I will tell you now, I'm not going to let you plead guilty to get out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you will still come here on a weekly basis to take drug tests and to show me that you're doing the NA classes, and then we'll just, hopefully you can keep your body clean.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Okay.
Do
Just go ahead, take your seat, and then Rachel's gonna get back with you with your schedule. Okay. Thanks, Mom, for coming. All right, Greg, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Take care. Say it again. On Garcia? Oh, hey, Logan, can you refile a MOA on Miss Salazar because the other one is really old? Do you mind? Ramona, do you want to?
Yeah, Judge, I need to visit 2 people, that you said you were checking the trailer.
Yeah, so it took more. So he's THA.
you tell him?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell him. Hey, did you file conditions on Sukmul? This is the dude that's firing the weapon up in the air. No, can you file no weapons, please? And no, or you know what? No, don't worry about it because I'm gonna have him, because he's using coke, I'm gonna have him monitored like crazy. So don't worry about it. He'll be with Rachel.
He gets a regular reset or no?
THA. Do 2 weeks though, because I'm gonna have him come back. I'm gonna have him tested. And then if he hasn't anyone by then, Ramona, I'll have him, yeah. But I want to kind of surprise.
I think there's, Mr. Moffett, I have a condition for you to sign, so Mr. Moffett.
Yeah, right here. Okay. Done.
Hey, Judge, John here.
Hey, John, talk to me, bud.
Hey, Judge, just wanted to check in on Mr. Perez, and I think I see John Dixon there. If you could tell Mr. Dixon, I can call him and give him the update on Ms. Harden, because I handled Ms. Harden. We thought Harden was mine and Perez was John's. So I took care of Harden, and then it turned out it was the other way. So I'm zooming back in on Perez just to give him the information.
Okay, all right, so you got Mr. Perez, this is the one that it's the
racing.
The racing case?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this dude, he's 30 years old, doesn't know how to read and write. So I'm setting him off for a week to see what getting into classes to learn how to read and write.
Okay.
Come up. Come up. You have a cell phone. Can you put your cell phone number so I can give it to the lawyer, please? John, we'll give him 2 weeks. Give him enough
Okay,
time.
don't worry.
So Ramona, Mr. Perez, 2 weeks must return, yeah.
Hey, Ramona, just make sure you don't put it on the 27th because I'm out of county. The 28th is fine.
John, I'm going to chat you the phone number now.
Yep, gotcha.
Is that a 923?
Yes.
I've appointed you a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant. You will not get any more PR bonds from me. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, do not drive. Do you understand? Have we addressed that, Pavel, whether he has a license and insurance? Oh, you have a no driving affidavit, so don't drive.
Oh, right. I don't know that.
Yeah. I'm giving you 2 weeks to look into those classes. If you have any issues, get a hold of John. He has services through the managed and assigned counsel that can help you with that. If you've done nothing in the next 2 weeks, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? Okay.
Mr. Perez, I'm going to give you, Mr. Perez. I'm gonna, as soon as you get out of court, I'll be calling you on that number, 832-923-9331.
I'm giving it to you via chat so that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I got it. I
Okay.
said it so quick. Hopefully no one
How
heard
am
anything. But
I
anyway,
supposed to
Ms. Perez,
know
I'll
in
call
a
you.
4-hour stream that they're
all right.
gonna drop a number?
Hey, John Dixon, are you there? You behind there?
No, he's not in the courtroom.
He just walked out.
Okay, hey, y'all, if you see him, just tell him that I tried to call him. Just tell him to call me so I can fill him in on Ms. Harden.
Okay.
Thanks, Judge. Over and out, sir. Have a good day.
Bye.
Take care.
It's okay. Come on up. I knew it was gonna happen. You're gonna like bombard. It's okay.
I watch your videos, and you know, it made me think differently. That's all to say. Like,
Mr. Calvillo, I want you to educate yourself. I want you to do well in life. The only way that you can do that, at the minimum, is with a high school education.
yes,
The statistic is that those without, at the minimum, a high school education will make 10 cents to the dollar versus someone with, at a minimum, a high school education. A person with a high school education will make $100 versus $10 for someone who doesn't. We want you to do as
Lady,
well
we
as
love him
possible, and it
too, and we
starts
love
with
his
your
YouTube
GED.
videos.
Do you understand?
I passed my math, my social studies, my science. Now I just
Wonderful. So what's the next one?
language arts.
Okay, and when do you take the test on that one?
I had to take it on the 29th.
On the 29th of this month. How are you, what are you doing to prepare?
Taking courses and classes.
Good.
On Zoom.
Okay. Do you have any proof that you've done all that?
Yes, I sent it to my attorney. I sent him photos.
Send him photos of all that, and I'll get in contact with him tomorrow. And then I want to see that the test is on Tuesday. If you can show me that, then I'll make it to where you don't have to appear on Monday. But I don't want to take your word for things. But you know how many people tell me things and it's just not true? So that's why what's on paper is something that I can see, that I know is something that you're not making up.
It's because I don't have a printer.
Email it to him, or you know what you can do? You know how to take a screenshot with your phone?
Yes.
Press the two top buttons here.
I sent him.
Right, take a screenshot and you can email that to, or text that picture to James, and he can show that to me. And I'm
Judge
happy with
tech
that
support.
because that's proof. Then I can see that.
I just sent him pictures like 30 minutes ago. I'm not sure if he'll be.
Okay, he's gone now. I mean,
Prove
it's past 1 o'clock. So, but he'll be back here tomorrow and I can get with him tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
Damn, that was quick. That was quick, guys. I just started the stream. I don't understand. The stream just started like a minute ago. How can we be at the end? Is that the end? I just thought there would be more. That was anticlimactic. And now we're just disappointed after all that work. I mean, there was really no ending. We are literally married to each other. Oh, Linus, thank you, thank you. I hope your kitty has a happy birthday. And then you are going to have a happy birthday. No, I don't, Fozzie. I control sometimes. Still got my work shirt on. Hey, guys. Made it through Friday. Legal, what time you leaving tomorrow? Tomorrow, like as in tomorrow. So not today. Monday. It's a 5, did you say 5-hour drive or is it way longer? Yep. Deanna's in. Deanna, now you might want to learn how to mute it. First thing you need to do when you walk into my Discord is learn how to mute that. I know, Maiko. I know. I am too. I want to see what happens next. So I am going to try to get a video out, but I hope I can do it soon. Did I? I'm gonna stop the videos all day tomorrow because my subscribers go down every time I weed them out. I weed them out. Yeah, Mark All is Red too is a good one. That's a good one, CJ. Oh, that's a full-time job tomorrow, 8:30 to 3. Just let us know when you get home so we know you're okay. Driving sucks. I love driving though, but still, not for 8 hours. Char, I'm so sorry about your channel. I mean, about your account, your channel. Kay, get in the jury box. She goes with you. Don't send her down. Donald Legal will be fine. Look, I can already see him. All the cars around him are listening to his music too because it's so loud and he's at the top of his lungs. Yep. He's going to be singing at the top of his lungs for 8 straight hours. But there are peaches to where you're going to tomorrow. There are peaches. You should just come into chat tomorrow and say, man, that peach was good. And all of us will get jealous. All of us will be, I want a Georgia peach. Yeah. He's a low rider. Now I can see his car. Nice. Puffy, puffy steering wheel. The lights under it. Radar love. Yeah, you know what? Just play the same song over and over and over and over again. I know. Hold on, how many hours is it? Play Hamilton, the whole Broadway musical. Peaches are free if you know where to go and it's late at night. No, don't steal peaches. Do not steal. Okay, so listen, okay. I think you guys will know what this is. I just think you will. So in Pennsylvania, we have mountain pies. All right, mountain pies. So mountain pies is when you have this big bonfire outside and you have this metal contraption. You open it, you put in 2 slices of regular just bread, and then you put whatever you want in there, close it, and you throw it in your bonfire while you're sitting there drinking and talking. You make mountain pies. All right. You cannot make chicken pot pie in a fire. No, no, no. Bad. So I was talking about mayonnaise with grilled cheese at my bar 2 nights ago. And we were talking about mountain pies, and she said, the best mountain pie I've ever eaten was like American cheese, grilled cheese, and jelly. And that checks out because grapes, cheese, bread, that's a perfect meal. It's been the perfect meal for since the beginning. So now I have to start a bonfire, buy a mountain pie maker, and try this sandwich. I have to. Well, Donald, we will literally take bread and put jelly in it and make a mountain pie out of it, and we will take cheese and make a mountain pie out of it. Why can't we do both at the same time? It's called efficiency. You will not have a problem eating a grape and eating a piece of cheese and a cracker. Misconduct. Okay, I may or may not have stolen a fruit or two from a tree in my neighborhood growing up, but I would never do it now because I'm responsible. Separately, like you've never put a grape and a piece of cheese in your mouth at the same time? Oh, we grow a lot of apples here too, a lot of apples and tomatoes. We have tomato festivals here. Lots of tomatoes. Hate tomatoes. I mean, I'll eat them because, you know, I was born in the 80s and you eat what is in front of you. But see, yes, cheese and wine, that really does taste delicious, guys. Oh, misconduct, it's over. I don't know how it was over. I feel like I swear I just pressed start. Like I was just trying to get ready. I was late. I think so, Vince. I can't think of a fruit that, well, maybe a citrus. Oranges and cheese? Yeah. I mean, so why can't you do jelly and cheese on a sandwich? Why? Kay, you should come to Washington because you're in Pennsylvania. Washington Borough has a tomato festival every year. I don't know when it is, but it might be around this time. And they have country music bands, and they have games, and it's fun. I'm not going because I always go with a date. Or not dating. No way. Okay, yeah, oranges and chocolate is fine, but I don't know about cheese and oranges. I don't know if I can get there. I couldn't imagine stealing a pineapple. I heard people get shot for stealing lobsters too. I heard stealing lobsters is just as bad as stealing someone's horse in the wild, wild west. Don't steal lobsters ever. Don't ever even think it's okay. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. We eat that all the time. Yeah. I'm making one today. I won't make a mountain pie. I'll just make it on the stove like a heathen. I mean, nothing tastes as good as mountain pies. Outside, bonfire, beer, mountain pie. But I can make it on my stove. I'll just eat it with my pinky out because I'm bougie like that. Listen, yeah, if someone stole one of my pineapples, I would be mad. Oh, I love this chat. This chat knows my heart. Like, they know what's in my heart before I even have to say it. But our apple, we have a lot of orchards around here with apples. Um, you're perfectly fine eating an apple while you go and you pick apples. They want you to. They want you to taste which ones you want to get. I still never eat an apple because I feel like that's stealing. I don't know what a tiny glass of beer is. I don't know what that is. You mean this big? This big? That's how we roll around here. I can't I can't show you how big a tiny glass of beer is because some of the men will get mad. Oh yeah. The Dutch know how to drink. Mm, yeah. I try to say things without laughing because it hits better, but I can't sometimes. Because look, Crystal, none of them said a word. None of the guys said a word. Look, Rebecca, Crystal, CJ, Crystal. Oh, Maiko did. I go for full eaters only too. Oh, Linus, I just think that's a bad idea. Did you ever watch the end of Scarface? Of Scarface? That would be me at Oktoberfest for real. Because some beers, when I drink some beers, it hits like the same pleasure points as eating a steak. And they just taste so good. I think like I don't know, some wheat beers just hit. I should try it. I should go to Germany. I'm scared to leave the United States again, though, because I would get arrested and I would never be able to come back. I did. I went to Italy. I mean, Ireland, not Italy. I went to Ireland and we had a layover in London. So I was at London, but I don't want to leave the United States again. They won't let me back in. I don't have a felony or a misdemeanor. Oh gosh, maybe I want to leave the United States. Beer, bratwurst, and sauerkraut. So I'm building this food truck, and um, we're getting towards the end. We're getting ready to open, and there's this one kid at work. He just turned 18. He's still just a baby, and he comes out and I'm talking to my customers, and they're asking me what food I'm going to put on the food truck, and this was earlier today, and I said, "Just sauerkraut. We're just gonna sell sauerkraut. That's it." And this guy, this poor kid, he's very focused all the time. He's focused on one thing and that's it. And he's like, "Sauerkraut? You mean hot dogs and sauerkraut?" And I said, "Oh, man, hot dogs. Yeah, that would be great with sauerkraut. I was just gonna serve sauerkraut." He focused. He was uber focused on that for the whole I worked 12 hours and he was the whole time. You mean you weren't gonna sell hot dogs with your sauerkraut? It was a joke, but he didn't understand that it was a joke. All day long for 12 hours, he was like, "You mean you weren't gonna sell hot dogs? You were just gonna sell sauerkraut? Ew." That poor kid. Every shift I try to do something like that to him. Because it's fun for him, like, I also hide a little Spider-Man for him too. There's a little Spider-Man in my bar. If you ever walk in my bar, look around the dining room for a little Spider-Man because I hid one, and then he goes and finds it. Keeps him busy. He's focused. If you don't tell him what to be focused on, he will find his own thing to be focused on, and that's not pleasant for anybody involved. But it's all right, I got him. I got him. Me and Jude. Me and Jude. He's the owner's son, so yep, yep. I can be very sincere when I'm messing with someone. I was messing with someone earlier in the stream and nobody even noticed. Not you, Fozzie. No, I didn't. Cabbage is not ew. Fozzie, what is wrong with you? Who hurt you with food when you were growing up? Food is delicious. Cabbage and pineapples are delicious food. I did bring in a Batman too. Donald, you would have the best time at work ever. You would have the best night if you worked with me. Telling you. See, subtle. And if you don't call it out, it's perfect. Oh, Vince, you and Fozzie should just go eat together. Corned beef and cabbage is delicious. Pineapple cabbage salad, I would eat that. She said with a beer, and my mind went right to the beer. I do that too, Maiko. Coleslaw mix. Yep, it's nice and crunchy. If you say so, I'll eat more. Yeah. Okay, guys. I never tried that, but I will. Yep. That's what my kids say. Oh my gosh, I just love cabbage and noodles. I love, love, love cabbage and noodles with butter and salt. Oh my gosh, I fry the cabbage, don't boil it. But then with corned beef, then you can boil the cabbage. What just until it's still crunchy though. 3 minutes. You slice up your cabbage into strips like this, pop it into boiling water. 3 minutes, not 1 minute longer. And it's perfect. It's perfect. Salt, butter if you're not being healthy at all. But if you take an electric skillet, do you guys still have those electric skillets? Pop a bunch of butter in there, chop up your cabbage and fry it. That is so good. You know what? So it's like brown, maybe even a little blackish. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm Irish. I'm Irish. Love cabbage and potatoes. I could live on potatoes. I can live on potatoes. Sandra, I hope you have a great day at work. Legal, we're all coming with you. Every single one of us is coming with you. Yeah. I think we need to how about those Phillies? Guys, did you see that one guy from the Phillies? Hold on, his name is like Bohm or something. Hold on, I'm gonna show you some guy. I think it's Bohm. Found him. Have you seen this guy? He's very, very attractive. I mean, when you watch him play baseball, he's very, very, very attractive. I'm just saying you should watch a Phillies game. And then when he's done and he goes to the crowd and he smiles, he is very, 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 very attractive. There, I got the topic off of food and on to thirst. Is he like 12? No, no. Yes, he does, Linus. All right, guys. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Checkoff needs fed. Oh, all right. Can you guys do me a favor real quick in chat? Type a number from 1 to 9. Any number, 1 to 9. Oh, wait. 3. 3, 6, 8. 8, 8, 8. Hi, Helene Danielson. All right, it looks like the 8s have it. Time for my number 8 outro. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope you guys have a great, great, great day. I shall see you soon. Very soon. Hope the workday goes as fast as this stream did.
Happy on the stream, got peeps in the chat. Giggles like confetti, room buzzing like a stat. Twisting up the jokes, humor wicked, never flat. Watch her laugh bounce in rhythm, boom bap. Microphone queen, memes on the scene. Every joke a stroke, call it comic cuisine. Smile so big, splits the screen, obscene. Glowing on the stream, digital moonbeam. Kathy's giggles be the jam, serotonin on tap. Can't get enough, free play, no cap. Sense of humor sharper than a diamond rap. Tune in daily, it's a laughter trap. Comments popping off, in sync with the grin. Banters with the chat, friendly battle, she win. Laughs echo like beats, draws the crowd in. Kathy's wit cutting cleaner than a shark's fin. Storytime saga makes mundane grand. Twisted mundane yarns like an elastic band. Every punchline lands, humor in demand. Kathy keep us hooked like contraband. Rewind and repeat, her streams on a loop. Fam gather round, Kathy the troop. No one makes us laugh harder, ain't no dupe. Giggle squad rise up, all in one swoop. Microphone queen, memes on the scene. Every joke a stroke, call it comic cuisine. Smile so big, splits the screen, obscene. Glowing on the stream, digital moonbeam. Kathy's giggles be the jam, serotonin on tap. Can't get enough, free play, no cap. Sense of humor sharper than a diamond rap. Tune in daily, it's a laughter trap. Comments popping off, in sync with the grin. Banters with the chat, friendly battle, she win. Last echo like beats, draws the crowd in. Kathy's wit cutting cleaner than a shark's fin. Storytime saga makes mundane grand. Twisting mundane yarns like an elastic band. Every punchline lands, humor in demand. Kathy keep us hooked like contraband. Rewind and repeat, her streams on a loop. Fam gather round, Kathy the troop. No one makes us laugh harder, ain't no dupe. Giggle squad rise up, all in one swoop. All in one swoop.